What's good, YouTube? Slender Revolution X here, coming to you guys today with another edition of Slendy Talks, and with the August, summer, winter 2016 ban list. God knows whenever it's going to get here, because I can't give you a definite date. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of ban list talks. A card that I think has gotten a lot of speculation recently with the looming ban list, because it's an interesting card. It affects the format. People are wondering, is it too powerful? Is it no big deal? Will it be a problem in the future? Things like that. And that card is Card of Demise. I really don't think this card deserves to get banned, personally. It's an interesting card. You know, everybody's seen it, and my thing is it gives diversity to formats. In the format that we're currently in, let's just take a look. I mean, you're looking at 4, maybe 5 decks that are consistently topping and owning the format. And I understand it's a little better than a triangle format, but like, we're looking at Burning Abyss, Monarchs, Pepe is kind of falling off to the side, but just like Pendulums in general, and then Monarchs, and they've just been running the format, and it's just kind of, at this point, it's very stale. I'm so tired of seeing those 4 decks top. It's a shame that we don't have more of a diverse format, but I think that's what Card of Demise allows. You know, we're starting to see decks, because of this card, every event, there's a couple of them, older decks that have gotten a resurgence because of this card. And other than this card, you know, they wouldn't have that advantage at all in those events. So cards like Cleaford, Yosenju, you know, we've seen Prophecy, we've seen, I don't know, just like older decks that this card allows them to keep up with the speed of the current meta. It fights the power creep that they've been, you know, set aside because of, you know, things like Cleaford, which were a dominant deck years ago. They really can't compete anymore. And I understand that the ban list has kind of hurt them in that sense. And, you know, if Towers was back, they might be different. Or if Scout was at 2, it might be different. Or if Sacrifice was at 2, it might be different. Yeah, that's very true, but that's not the state we're in. You know, we can speculate over anything at any given time. But I think Card of Demise is a great card that allows decks like that to, you know, compete. And it's nice to see new things top events and new things compete at events that aren't Monarchs, that aren't BA. I mean, look at BA. That deck has been trouncing the formats has been trouncing the game for almost, well over a year now. I mean, you're looking at it as, you know, that deck has seen some serious competition, and it's consistently picking people up, laying it down. I mean, you get things like Phantom Knights, which you can splash in there. You know, the Speed Void, which you can splash in there. I mean, that deck is just arguably one of the most consistent decks in the game ever. So to see things like that top, it's no big deal. Like, that's nothing new. But when you see a Prophecy Demise deck come in and top an event because of Card of Demise, like, it's so interesting. And people will argue that the reason it needs to get banned is because it's too powerful. And I will disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. And could that change in the future? Absolutely. Could that change with decks that come out in the future? Absolutely. But as of right now, the only real meta deck that runs this consistently is Cosmo. And even then, we're not seeing that version of Cosmo top. So I don't understand, with so many different power cards in this format alone, why this is the one that you want to see banned, and why this is the one that people are questioning seeing banned. Like, I understand you can get advantages off of this, and you can get pluses off of this, and people are like questioning that, like, that's way too powerful because it's too easy, it's a 1-card advantage. But I've seen things like Monarchs just go to town and gain like a +3 turn 1. Like, it's too easy and it's too consistent in Monarchs, and that I don't understand why this one card in a Yosenju deck gaining +2 is really like making a difference. If it was, we'd have Yosenju, like 6 Yosenju in the top bracket every event, but you don't see that because it's, you know, it's not that great of a card by itself. It's kind of like a quirky card, because the advantages this gives you when put in the right deck is very powerful. But the advantages that, like, Dark Destroyer gives you in Cosmo, just by itself, that's in every Cosmo deck, you know, which is a highly played deck, with advantages that, you know, Pantheism gives you, or Prime Monarch gives you, or Dante gives you. You know, inherently those cards give you advantage by themselves, and this is essentially like a Dante for other decks. For Cleaforts, this is like your Dante. This is like what gives you advantage, what can give you that upper hand against meta decks. So I would really hate for this to see this banned. It's just, a very interesting card that can diversify formats, and I think if you leave it at 3, that's going to continue to happen, and until we start seeing Demise decks own 11, 12, 13, 14, 25, whatever have you, of the top 32 spots at major events, I don't think you need to see this card banned. I don't think you need to see this card even limited, because we're not having a problem with it. It's not a problem card in the format. It's not, it's not something that you need to prepare for at events as much as, say, Monarchs, Burning Abyss, Cosmo, or Pepe. Like, you're going to see those cards. Like, if you built a deck to beat Monarchs, odds are you can go X3 in an event if you end up playing five Monarchs. But you build a deck that's meant to beat Demise, you're going to probably lose all but maybe 2. You might see 2 Demise decks in an event. So until that number changes, I don't see a reason for this card to be hit, limited, banned, whatever have you. It's just, it's not a serious problem, and it allows for diversity at events, which is something great and something that the casual player like me really enjoys. But if you guys will give me your thoughts on it, leave them in the comment section below. I want to hear from everybody. I understand, I could just be blabbering on, and which I enjoy doing. I'm not going to lie to you. But I could just be blabbering on, and that could be completely wrong. But if you guys think that, leave it in the comment section below. If you guys like the video, if you like what I had to say, and if you'd like to see more content like this, I've been saying like a lot. Give this video, hit that like button, and as always, guys, remember to subscribe to join the revolution today. This is Slendy Revolution X signing out, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.